just got deported. My mom just got deported. It's so not fair. It's so not fair.
Today, we will hear from foundational Black Americans sending a strong message to immigrants and white people on why Black Americans are not protesting ICE raids. Check it out.
Why aren't Black people showing up to the masses to these demonstrations? Why aren't we marching? Why aren't we chanting? Why aren't we screaming, this system is corrupt just like everybody else? I'm gonna tell you why. Because when it was us, nobody cared. When Black people were being harassed, when our constitutional rights were being violated, when Black people were getting killed by the police on camera, y'all didn't protest with us. Y'all didn't believe us. Y'all didn't call the system corrupt. You asked for a backstory. You wanted to know what we did to deserve it. You couldn't just accept the truth that this was an unjust system targeting us because of our skin color. But now that ICE is involved, now that it's affecting you, now all of a sudden the government is evil. Now the system is broken. Now everybody wants to march. Where was this energy when we told y'all this years ago? We've been telling y'all that the system was crooked. We've been telling y'all that law enforcement abuses power. We've been telling y'all that the government does not protect everyone equally. But you didn't want to hear it because believing us would have meant questioning the same system that you trusted, the same system that benefited you, the same system that you defended while it was destroying us. So don't ask why Black people aren't rushing to the front lines now. Some of us are tired. Some of us know how this story ends. The same people you're calling corrupt today are the same people we warned you about. But y'all didn't believe us then, so don't be shocked when we're not shocked now.
They ask, why are we so chill while these raids are going on? Well, because this isn't our first rodeo. We've witnessed them slap new names on the Klan and pull kick dough on us since the 1800s. They just added more people to the Squid Game. African American could tell you best. The ones who talk the most about that Constitution don't give a damn about that Constitution. Hell, they made it just so they can break it. Mend it, bend it, swing it, somersault it, whatever they got to do to make sure they're winning and you're losing. Hell, the only difference about this is they're sending these people to different countries. They were sending my people to prison. Yeah, for us, this was just Tuesdays and Thursdays. We even had the playbook. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, you better watch where you creep because police gonna act their ass if you get caught in this sweep.
I'm gonna say this one fucking time and one fucking time only. This ISIS situation ain't got nothing to do with us. It is not our business. It is not our fight. You know, a hard head make a soft ass. And a lot of y'all are being real hard-headed right now and still carrying y'all ass out there in them streets. And the one thing that is blowing my mind is the video I seen of the two young men shielding a person who don't like you for your race because of what you look like. Y'all are protecting him from a whole bunch of other motherfuckers who ain't your people. They out there fighting a fight that ain't got nothing to do with us. Why are y'all out there? And why are y'all protecting somebody who don't give a fuck about you? These people wouldn't bat an eye if you were out there being... Y'all keep forgetting. When we protest and when we march, we get gunned down. We get riddled with rubber bullets, bean bags, pepper spray, locked up, unalive. These are the things that happen to us when we take our ass out there in the streets. They've been out in the streets tearing shit up for the longest, burning shit down, fighting each other, doing this and doing that. Where have y'all heard of any of the same things that happens to us when we out there happening to them? Have y'all been hearing about SWAT coming out there tearing the streets up and putting them in their place? Absolutely the fuck not. But let you go out there, it's gonna be a different story, right? So keep your fucking ass in the house. And then we got a lot of people getting tricked in the streets by AI videos. Yeah, a lot of these, actually majority of these videos that show any one of us copper colored people standing in front of these folks yelling at the top of our lungs talking about you not finna take nobody and those are AI videos. And the crazy thing is those AI videos show you just how much they want you out there. Because if you go check the comments, you're going to see how much they are so happy for these little videos. They think these videos are real to the point where they are happy. Oh, thanking people. Thanking fucking AI video people for showing up for them. They want you to show up for them. But see, what's going to happen is you going to lose your life. How many of them going to come and support your family? How many of them going to pay for your funeral? How many of them are going to come and shield you like you shield them? How many? Because when it comes to them having to get in the way to protect you, they automatically lose their white privilege. It puts them in danger. Them people ain't finna get put in danger for you, so why the f*** you keep putting yourself in danger for them? This ISIS shit ain't got nothing to do with us. I'ma say it again. This ain't our mother fight. Stay your ass in the house. Mind your fucking business. I'm seeing too many of y'all taking y'all ass out there. Stay home. I don't care if you want to be nosy. Watch the shit from the TV or something. Watch videos, everybody posting shit on TikTok. Watch a video. Keep your ass in the house. Mind your own fucking business. This shit ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm not finna keep saying this. Every time I turn around, it's another one of y'all out there. Sit down. Before y'all find out just how much they don't give a fuck about you.
A lot of people got mad at me when I said this is not black people's fight and that we're on a couch for a reason. And I just want to remind you guys of something. This is a projection of the 2024 presidential election exit polls. And when I say this is not black people's fight, I say that because 85% of black people voted for this not to happen. And when you look at all the other races, you can tell that there's a significant amount of votes that could have stopped this from happening. When I said that y'all wasn't out there fighting for us, I'm not talking about the 41% of YT people. I'm not talking about the 52% of Hispanic Latino, the 54% of Asian, the 42% of POCs. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the 57% of YT people that voted for this and the 2% of YTs that voted for somebody completely else. I'm talking about the 46% of Hispanic Latino people that voted for this. 46%, that's dang near 1 in every 2 Hispanics who voted for this. I'm talking about the 39% of Asians. That is a significant amount for this projection. This other is POCs. And this is what gets me is that y'all lump black people and POCs together. No, we are not together. 54% of POCs voted for this. 54%, that is literally 1 in every 2 POC who voted for that. And don't get me wrong, there's not words created to show how bad I feel about everything that's going on right now. And even though I'm saying this is not our fight, I'm still doing everything I can to show the injustices of what's going on right now. But to say that there aren't enough black people out there protesting right now is absurd to me because we've been fighting. We've been trying to tell you guys about the injustices of what's going on, and you guys are just now seeing it. So yeah, I still stand on what I said, that black people need to be on the couch and this is not our fight. But let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.
Have y'all heard that audio on TikTok when they say, we washed our sins with Igor's blood and all something too? It's something like that. Anyway, so this YT man is currently going viral with saying, rest in peace, George Floyd, with that audio in the background. And what I find very interesting and crazy is the fact that you literally have Hispanics commenting under this video saying, you know what, we might not agree on each other, but I think that we can collectively agree on one demographic that we can't stand. They're talking about black people, right? But I'm gonna tell you why this is crazy, and this is why. No, let me back up. First of all, I was hesitant to make a video about the ICE raids simply because I have a different take on it. And my take is, I don't think black people need to be out there marching with those Latinos. I think that y'all need to keep y'all ass in the house I do. Because like I said, at first I was biased about it. But looking at those comments just pretty much confirmed what I was really thinking and what I was really feeling. Black people, keep your ass in the motherfucking house. This is not our fight. This is their motherfucking fight. Okay, this is their motherfucking fight. Ain't nobody never out here on this concrete pulling themselves up with their motherfucking bootstraps to fight for you and your children. Nobody ever has done that. Which is why you need to keep your ass in that house. It ain't no we unify, we come together. Because they never keep that same energy when we are being targeted. And most of the time, black people are being targeted at least 95% of the fucking time. At least 95% of the time. This ain't got nothing to do with no motherfucking tit for tat. This ain't tit for tat. This is some real shit. And the real shit is, black people don't have no fucking friends. We don't have no friends. Y'all only do things to benefit you. But when it benefits black people, and when we are speaking up against police brutality against black people, hate crimes that is directly targeting black people, everybody is fucking silent. That, keep y'all ass in the motherfucking house.
You know what I find interesting in regards to everybody wanting ethnic Black Americans to fight for them for ICE is that all these same groups used to say that we were violent and we were breaking the law and we should just comply, and that they don't believe in us breaking the law. When we would have riots, they would say, "Oh, you're breaking the law. Like, you shouldn't be violent. Like, blah 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 blah. Like that's too much." When we would like try to defend ourselves, like, "Oh no, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's violent. See, like they're criminals and blah 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 blah." And this was every group that is in trouble now. Every group that's in trouble now would say this, from the Asians to the Hispanics to the YT people, to the Arabs, whatever. But now that y'all are in trouble, now you want us to be violent. Now you want us to break the law. Now you want us to be criminals. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? Now that it's you, now it's, oh, go to jail for us. Oh, break the law for us. Oh, be violent for us. When you saw that, they called him Fig Newton, the Tether Panther, Paul Birdsong, run up and have a weapon and talk about what he's going to do to the feds and stuff. They were all cheering. You should have seen how many YT people were under his posts and other types of people cheering and say, "This is the energy we need. Let's go. Let's do this." So now it's okay. Since he was cosplaying the ethnic Black American, even though he is not one of us, now it's okay for us to hold weapons. But when we were defending ourselves, it was wrong, and we were criminals. We need to be locked up, and we didn't comply. We were doing too much. Yeah, you knew it was wrong what they were doing, but we shouldn't have a weapon. However, now that one of y'all's got shot in the, now that one of y'all's got, in the face, now it's okay for us to hold stuff in our hands. Now it's okay for us to break the law to help you, because if they're saying that they're coming after illegal immigrants, and personally, I don't care. Because if I'm in another country and I want to get a better life for my daughter or my child or whatever, or even for myself or my mama, I'm going to do it. So I'm not even stressing that part. But it is against the law. A lot of people are here illegally. And you could argue and say some of them are not legal, whatever. That's true. But when did America care about that, as long as most of the people are illegal? So to assist and help this illegal immigrant is breaking the law. So now all of a sudden, y'all don't care if we break the law. Now, it's okay for ethnic Black Americans to be criminals. Now it's okay to break the law. Now it's okay for us to hold AK-47s and threaten the popo. Now it's okay, right? Now it's okay. Before, when it was us trying to defend ourselves, it wasn't okay. You called us everything under the sun. You committed heinous acts of racism and used those things, because we were defending ourselves, to justify your racism. You told your children not to hang out with us. You didn't want us in your schools. You didn't want us hanging around. You didn't want us in our neighborhoods because you said that we were violent criminals and we were lazy and we were breaking the law. And now that you're in trouble, now it's okay. Now we're supposed to break the law for you. Now we're supposed to be criminals for you. Now we're supposed to be violent for you. Now it's okay, huh? Now it's cool. Oh, since it's cool now to protect you, let's go out and let me tell my community to put themselves on the line and to unalive themselves, and let me go cry with other mothers and things like that. Put my community on the line and do all this stuff because now it's okay because it's you. Y'all need to get out of here with this shit. Get out of my face. There's this one influencer, I don't remember her name, but she always be like, get out of my face. Get out of my face. And it's her thing, and it's just so funny, and that's how I feel. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. So we're going to be lazy. And we're going to sit in our beds while you guys go you go fight and you go protest. And at the end of the day, nobody wants to talk about this, especially the Democrats, while you guys say the do nothing Democrats, because that's what's going on. They are not doing nothing. And they weren't never going to do nothing. They were relying on us to be their shields, their human shields. They thought we were going to do something so they didn't have to show you how weak they were. And then they would have used us to do all their dirty work, treat us like crap, not give us anything that we asked for, and then called us the criminals violent once again, because we would have handled things, and then we would have been the bad guys again, and then y'all could have you could sit safely in your living room and watch TV and be like, oh, they shouldn't have done it that way though. I know they were trying to fight, but they shouldn't have done it that way. While we do all the dirty work. And this reminds me of A Few Good Men when he says you can't handle the truth. And even though people have said that that character, the guy who's like, you can't handle the truth, everybody always makes that person the bad guy, but they're not always wrong. Like, in order for us to have freedoms, in order for us to have peace, in order for us to have justice, in order for us to have a good system that works and functions, somebody has to do the stuff that nobody wants to do. Somebody has to go out and kick ish down. Like, somebody has to go act a fool. Y'all keep living in this fantasy world and thinking that everything that we have in America was done because people were peaceful. Even though you read the history books and you realize nothing America has is from peace. It was always from some type of war. Even the civil rights movement was just a peaceful war, but it was still a war. America in itself was founded, the modern America was founded on war, as you guys know. So why do you think all of a sudden, like, you get to have what you want by just trying to be reasonable and talk to people and protest? There's gonna be some craziness that's gonna have to happen. But we standing down because y'all don't appreciate us. You never appreciated us. You talked ish about us. You called us all kinds of names. And now all those names you called us, you want us to do on behalf of you. Get out of my face. Get out of my face.
I agree with this sister message. I love traveling and living around the world while learning about people from different cultures. At the same time, I never bought into the turn the other cheek mentality that the black silent, aka civil rights, and black baby boomer generations promoted to the younger generations. I always have a black first mindset. History has shown how these immigrants come over to America, bringing their anti-black mindset with them. It is way past time that freedmen black Americans understand the assignment, get on code, and stay united. From the moment slavery was abolished, freedmen black Americans, descendants of enslaved black people in the United States, have stood on the front lines in the fight against white supremacy. Despite being marginalized, terrorized, and systematically excluded from full citizenship, freedmen have continually resisted oppression while showing solidarity with other marginalized groups, including many immigrant communities. Yet time and again, these same communities have turned their backs on black Americans, co-opting civil rights gains, aligning with white power structures, or outright sabotaging black progress. After emancipation, black Americans built independent institutions, churches, schools, businesses, and mutual aid societies as a form of resistance. From Reconstruction, 1865 to 1877, to the Civil Rights Movement, they organized voter registration drives, founded newspapers, formed armed self-defense units like the Deacons for Defense, and filed countless lawsuits challenging segregation and discrimination. Despite being the most targeted group under white supremacy, Black Americans became the moral backbone of American democracy. Figures like Ida B. Wells, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, and later Malcolm X and Dr. King led global conversations on human rights. Black Americans have historically supported other marginalized and immigrant groups, often seeing their struggles as linked. In the early 20th century, Black labor organizers welcomed poor European immigrants into union struggles against exploitative factory owners, even when those immigrants held racist views. During World War II, while Japanese Americans were placed in internment camps, the NAACP opposed their incarceration, advocating for their civil liberties. In the 1960s, the Chicano movement, Native American rights campaigns, and the Asian American movement all drew from the strategies and moral authority of the Black civil rights movement. Black leaders marched with and advised organizers from these communities. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. openly supported Mexican farm workers in California, led by Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, saying their fight for dignity was part of a larger struggle against economic injustice. Despite this solidarity, many immigrant communities have turned their backs on Black Americans once they gained access to resources, whiteness, or social mobility. After the 1959 Cuban Revolution, many Cubans were granted special immigration privileges and categorized as political refugees. With U.S. government help, they quickly gained access to housing loans, small business grants, and political clout. As they grew in power, many Cuban Americans in Miami aligned themselves with conservative politics, even supporting anti-Black policies. By the 1980s and 1990s, Black residents in Miami were openly complaining that Cuban officials and business owners excluded them from opportunities. In fact, during the 1980 Liberty City riots, many Black Miamians expressed frustration over job discrimination and political exclusion by Cuban immigrants. Mexican Americans in California, like some Chicano activists aligned with Black causes in the 1960s and 70s, the broader Mexican American population has increasingly distanced itself. In Los Angeles, from the 1980s to early 2000s, Black communities in Compton, Watts, and South Central were terrorized by Mexican gangs, who carried out racist attacks to forcibly push Black residents out of neighborhoods. Groups like Florencia 13, the Mexican Mafia, La M, and others targeted Black residents, not for gang conflict, but purely on racial grounds. These acts were often ignored or downplayed by city officials who feared backlash from the growing Latinx voting bloc. At the institutional level, many Latino politicians and organizations have historically refused to partner with Black Americans in coalition work. League of United Latin American Citizens, for example, often focused on the advancement of lighter-skinned or white-presenting Latinos, and in the past, excluded Black Latinos and openly rejected alliances with Black civil rights organizations. As new waves of immigrants came to the U.S., Black Americans again extended support, calling for fair immigration policies and humane treatment at the border. Yet, many immigrants, once settled, adopted the racial caste logic of whiteness, embracing anti-Black stereotypes, supporting gentrification that displaces Black communities, and competing for affirmative action benefits that Black people died for. Immigrant groups, some just arriving in the last few decades, have overtaken Black Americans in home ownership, small business loans, and government contracts, often by exploiting the legacy of Black struggles without investing in Black communities. Tell me what you think about this topic. Hope you find the information in this video informative. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching.